Hey, what's going on? Look, it's Tuesday around 12 o'clock, so you know what time it is. We right back at it for closing conversations. This is the call that we're doing every Tuesday and Thursday where we are talking to seller leads live, getting them under contracts. Here's how it works. Charged Up University students are sending in their leads. We're generating leads of our own, but mostly the Charged Up students are sending their leads. We're actually having these calls live right here on YouTube so that they can hear the conversations, learn how we negotiate, deal with objections, putting them under contract, and actually doing deals together. So it's a great opportunity to JV. It's a great opportunity to learn. This is for you guys. Charge Up fam, I know you guys are in the building. Appreciate y'all for being here. Drop some lightning bolts. Of course, I'm here with my guy, Kurt, Mr. Triple Dow. Go and introduce yourself, bro.
Hey man, it's the kid, it's the boy. You know you like you trust from the biggest A, and I'm not talking about Atlanta, Arkansas. Go Hogs! Shout out to the Omaha boys. It's Mr. Triple Down himself, Brandon. I appreciate you for letting me have the opportunity to share the stage with you, bro. I'm just ready to get busy. I know it's a seller that need me, and I need you. So let's rock.
There you go. Look, I'm gonna try to kick into you first. You got something pulled up you could jump right into.
Okay.
That'll be perfect. And I'm gonna pull up the next one. And we're just gonna go back and forth and get some deals under contract.
All right, let's do it.
If y'all watching, make sure you like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, share it with somebody that needs to be here, that needs to see this, that's in this business and trying to learn how to talk to these sellers and do deals, right? Because this is a perfect opportunity. And you got any questions, make sure that you ask them in the comments of how we handle the conversation, etc.
All right, let's see here. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to
one.
man. All right, let's go to the M. I love talking to people from Memphis. It's always an interesting conversation. All right, 406.
That it is.
If you know, you know. Memphis, you know we love y'all from Arkansas, man. Don't act like that. We practically cousins. All right, we gonna shout back.
I'm gonna pull up the next one. I'm trying to see. Lex had sent over something to hit first.
Shout back real quick.
I'm trying to find it. Okay, here it is.
How may I help you?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Curtis. I was calling to reach out to Mr. Lorenzo Harden.
Yes, this is it.
What's going on, Zoe? How you feeling today?
I'm doing all right.
Okay,
That's it.
man, I'm hanging in there. I can't complain. Never will. Man, you spoke to somebody out of my office about this property that you own on Swift Street out there in 38109.
Yeah.
Man, have you already got that one sold, or are you still planning on selling it, or you gonna rebuild?
No, I had started on it, but the reason why I was considering selling it right now, my wife is in the hospital. We down here in Texas, and we've been down here for about a week, longer than we anticipated, not quite sure how this gonna go going forward. So I kind of had to put everything I got back home on hold. So that's why I'm really kind of considering selling it.
Okay. Man, I don't want to obviously pry too much around that one, but man, I mean, obviously my thoughts are, is with you as much as they need to be,
Yeah, appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Well, it's Memphis, Tennessee, and I know I'm not the first person to call you about this property. So, where are you coming at price?
Right now, I'm at 40. Uh, and I got like about 4 or 5 people that I've been talking to since like Friday over the weekend and whatnot. I got one guy out of California. He sent over an offer, but he had a little less than what I want. And I got my price based off of it had fire damage. So I replaced all the structure and the entire roof is done. So I already put like 13 grand into the reno, and I had about a $40,000 reno budget for this house. Cause I done a house. I sold my first house that I had over there. I sold it wholesale to a investor last like around September, October. I sold it wholesale for 85, and I picked that house up, I think in 2016 for about 9 grand. I put like 30 into that one. It was a 3-1 brick, and I did the majority of the renovation. I did myself, with the exception of the roof. I did I paid them to do the tear off. They did the tear off and the replacement on that. Mm-hmm. So I got a good gauge on what's going on in that area, and the home values, because I already rehabbed and sold one, and I held it for what, from 2016 to 2024. So that was about 8 years. And my last 2 years, I got $1,100 a month rent. So I got all my money back out of that place.
Okay. Was it over here? Was it over here in this area? Like, was it over here by Benford Street? Because if it's on the other side of 38109, everything in Memphis is pretty much street to street.
Yeah, that one was on Non-Connor Road, right off of Peoples. Okay. So it was a lot of vacant lots over there, which now they building new construction. Over there. So I still got one of my lots over there as well too. Because that's what I was planning to do. But I really was grabbing these. I have 2 in this area that I started on. I got the Swift House and I got 157 Kirk. It's a 2-1 brick shotgun style house.
157. 157. What? Kirk?
Kirk. Kirk.
Oh, Kirk. Okay.
And I've done the roof on that one as well. So I'm kind of doing them, when I get my trades at one, I send them to the other, to get the best price on the work that I'm a farm at. So I got the electrician lined up for both of the properties. He's gonna do both for $12,500, and that's permits.
Somebody always doing electricity in Memphis.
Service heat, the box, the breakers, all the wiring, because both need.
You can go ahead and get started, man.
Rewiring, wiring.
This will be a good
receptacles,
because the numbers you're talking about,
light fixtures for Kurt. But
are you gonna try to negotiate them?
The light
it's a brand new house already done by Mid-South.
Ceiling fans.
They selling it for $50,000. It's brand new, and he's selling pretty much almost a burnout for $40K. Right. Okay. So you're saying in order for you to kind of break the mold on selling this one, you want to be around 40?
Right.
Okay. Man, have you ever heard of that company Mid-South?
Mid-South?
Yes, sir.
Like I've heard of like Mid-South windows and doors.
Okay. Now, so they do have a bond company out there in Memphis, Tennessee. Man, they just bought a house on Mahler Avenue, so it's like around the street. It's like up the street around the corner. I know you know what Mahler is, and they've completely built it like brand new, everything on the inside of it, and it's been sitting on the market for 91 days, completely renovated, and they're selling it for 50 grand. And you're saying that you're trying to sell a house that's gonna need everything for 40.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't think we will probably be the best fit on this one because I could just buy a brand new house for 50 grand and not do anything to it. So I think that would probably be smarter on my side as an investment. But I do wish you the best with both of those, though.
Okay, ain't no problem.
All right, you take care, man.
All right, you too.
Yeah, look, the writing's on the wall sometimes, man.
Yep.
And the other one was that one just a no
Kurt.
go.
Oh gosh, no. It was a no go to me when he said shotgun.
Yeah.
Any shotgun house in Memphis, Tennessee, in the 38109 area is shot. I mean, you can look it up, bro. It's terrible.
Nah, I mean, I actually didn't think that they was in Memphis like that. I knew they're in New Orleans.
Yeah, they all in a bad areas. Like you'll never see a shotgun house in East Memphis, Colonial Station. You'll never see a shotgun house. All shotgun houses is like in South Memphis, North Memphis. You know, that's where they keep the shotgun houses because that's where the most people, you know, that's considered, however you want to turn that word, you know, that's where they at.
Yeah.
So, hey, people, man, if he trying to sell a house that need electrical, plumbing, and you can buy a house for 50 grand, and he trying to sell it for 40, come on, man, what makes sense?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and certain people, if they're so far off, you know, it don't even make sense to kind of make an offer. So
that's why I try my best to frame it like, well, you're saying that you're trying to sell a house that needs everything, and I can go buy a house right now that's been sitting on the market for 91 days, that's completely fixed up, brand new roof, everything, and is on the market sitting for 91 days for the same price. Why would I buy yours and I should just buy this one and not have to do nothing to it?
Yeah, and for everybody in the audience is listening, look, I mean, it's officially we're at that point where we're truly in a buyer's market. Like there's more houses that, you know, folks want to sell than there are buyers that want to buy. So it really has to be a good deal. It has to be an amazing deal. So your offer should even get that much tighter, you know, that much more, what do you want to call it? Conservative or low, you know, if you're just cutting through the noise. Because when you go to try to find a buyer for it, cash buyer for it, they're not going to want it unless it's an amazing deal. All right. So we just got to be that much more aggressive. You know, but that's what we do. That's why we get paid the big bucks. Right.
Yeah. And like I said, people, man, you're not making money by contracting houses. You're only making money by selling houses. You can put up 100 contracts this month. You better sell 100.
Big facts. Huge facts.
So celebrate the contract, celebrate the checks. Like, that don't mean nothing.
Deal ain't closed until it actually closed.
Contracts don't mean nothing. That's great. Yeah. But the check.
Get a check.
Get a check. Get a check.
This one I gotta see about this area. Okay. My buyers are saying in Chicago, some of these areas that, you know, they don't have brick houses, you know, 4-sided bricks, sometimes can be tougher to move. But I think that's when they're in the city. If they're further out in the suburbs, sometimes they can work. Where is this one at? It's just Chicago Heights. It's south. Let's see.
Oh, okay, so this is the one you want. Okay, let me go to the next one then.
Mm-hmm. That's Miss Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let me move on. Answer. I was calling back 16. Shit.
All right.
Hey,
So, go ahead, I
better
got the next one.
talk. Okay, I'm gonna keep going too. I'm gonna keep pulling the next one.
Okay.
Close it so notes. Oh, this is. I can answer. I can never answer these things live. I need to pull up my laptop or something.
Just hit it back.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Carmen. This is.
Hi, I'm sorry. I was just on the other line trying to call you.
No worries. No, I appreciate it. I just wanted to reach back out. I know you had spoken with Shannon about East 16th Street. So I just wanted to call you back, and I was able to look at the details, get some comparables, and get a better feel for what we can get an offer over to you at. So I kind of wanted to go through that with you. I think I see it's kind of confusing. How much were you hoping to get for this, or how much were you hoping to sell this for?
So I don't have like a set figure in mind. I know I did mention to the person I spoke to this morning that I was initially trying to get 100 for it because I do owe close to 50 grand on it, and then I do need to find a place to live.
Got it.
So that's pretty much the only thing I have to work with right now is whatever I make off the house. But I will consider a reasonable offer, given the fact that I owe close to 50 and, I need to look for something else, somewhere else to live as well.
Mm. Oh, no foreclosure. I was seeing that it had said something about maybe some foundation repair needed.
Yeah.
What was going on with the foundation specifically?
So like the exact issue, I don't know. I know that there's cracks like around the windows in the living room, and then there's a room right by the living room that has the same issues that has like a crack on the wall as well. And then I did put like foam like right on the border of where the floor and the wall meet, because it was kind of there was like some space as it would. I don't know if the foundation was shifting. I don't know what the exact issue is, but I had to put foam around it in the living room area. But that's the major thing in the house. Everything else is intact. Like there's no other issues, no roofing issues, nothing like that. Plumbing is fine. That's pretty much the only thing that's wrong with it.
Got it. Yeah. So I was initially gonna look at like how we could get you that number, maybe with like a terms deal or something like that. But with it needing this type of work, it would be tough to do something like that, because we would need to address those issues like right away, right? Like as soon as it's purchased, like we would need to be putting some serious money into getting it fixed up and back solid in good shape. I'm trying to look at some comps. I did see a note from my teammate, kind of giving me a ballpark figure where we need to be, and I just don't think that that's going to work for you. You've had this for a while. It looked like from the notes you had moved out a while ago. Is that right?
I'm sorry, you were cutting off. Can you repeat that again?
It did look from the notes that you had moved out a while ago. Like it's vacant now.
Yeah, it's been vacant for about a year. I've owned it. I've been the first owner since they built it. It was a new built home.
Dang,
But
and it already got foundation.
that's very unfortunate because, it was brand new when I moved in, and now, having to move out because of this, it really sucks.
And yeah, I'm looking at the front of the house. I mean, that's definitely a newer design. How they have like the cracking, I forget what it's called. Like the siding on the top. That has that little design. I definitely recognize it in some newer builds. So yes, that's really unfortunate. You're built 2011. In this past year, have you made attempts to get this sold? Like, have you gotten some offers or anything like that?
I've tried. So my situation was this: I was on deferment. I believe it was last year. When my divorce got finalized because my ex-husband just wasn't helping me anymore, and I was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, bro. I don't think that. I don't think this can work at what she wants. We barely can probably put 50 towards it and just to pay it off, and she needs some money to walk away. But I'm curious what offer she's gotten in the past. But I don't think there's nothing we could do with this.
Not even sub too.
Not with that type of repair up front.
Mm.
Like, even if somebody take it over, ain't nobody gonna want to dump a bunch of money into it just to. I mean,
The gang crazy.
we can put it out there.
Get an apartment or something for me and my daughter, so it's like at this point, I've talked to the bank where I have my mortgage at, and I've been trying to just pretty much give it back to the bank and take a loss on it because I can't do anything with it anymore. And I just don't want to be stuck with having to go and keep up with the lawn and, in the winter, the snow and stuff. Like, I don't have the means to keep doing that back and forth. So I just honestly just want to get rid of it.
No, it makes sense. And I understand you also want to walk away with something. Have you ever considered selling it subject to the existing mortgage?
Meaning what exactly?
So basically, we would like assume the mortgage and make those payments that you've been making. That way, we could actually, put something in your pocket. The kind of struggle I see with this is that we would also need to put, a good amount of money up into the property up front. And when we're doing these assuming the mortgage, usually want to try to keep that upfront cost as low as possible in the beginning. But there may be a way I can work it out if that's something that you're open to.
I mean, I think somebody had mentioned something like that before, because I do have a low interest rate. I did buy it like 10 years ago. So the interest rate is not bad at all. But I just really honestly just want to get rid of it. It's like it's too much me going have to go, like I said, out there every weekend to mow the lawn and, clean it up outside just to make it look like it's livable. Because once people see that nobody's there, they try doing all these things like breaking in and stuff. And I still have my stuff out there, so I can't. I'm trying to make it or keep up with it at least.
Makes sense. What's the details of the note? The principal, interest, taxes, insurance. Like, how much is that all together that you're having to pay to service the mortgage when it is active?
So the last payment that I was making was around $600 something, not even $700.
That's good.
A month.
Do you remember the interest rate?
No, I don't. I don't remember any of that. It's been a while. Like I said, I was on deferment, and I was supposed to start paying it back this January. But it's like, I don't have a job. Kind of hard for me to make those payments when I don't have assistance with any of that. So it's like, I just at this point I'm just like, okay, it's either give it back to the bank or try to sell it and make something off of it. But I've tried that, so if it doesn't work out with you guys, I'm gonna continue the process to just try to give it back to the bank and just, take a loss on it, I guess.
Yeah. Which nobody wants to do. That other person, the other company that was offering as is, how much did they offer you?
I've had a few go out, and I believe one of them offered me like 30,000 or something. I'm just like, no, I mean that doesn't even cover what I still owe on it.
Got it.
Like I don't want to be stuck with paying anything out of my pocket because I don't have it.
Right.
You know, so that's why I'm trying to sell it as is, but with a reasonable offer. Like I mentioned to the person that called me this morning, it's a 2-lot property. So where the house is, you know, the front yard is huge, the backyard is huge. Next door is mine as well, but it's empty. So it's like there's a lot of potential for it for somebody who knows what they're doing and actually wants to invest the money. They can make, you know, money off of it. I just don't have the money to do all that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, things are gonna work out. You know, you keep pushing. You know, things are gonna work out in your favor if you keep at it. But I think that the only way a deal will work here is something creative. It would either be you do like a short sale. There's folks that are doing that you know can do it kind of creatively where they'll restructure the note. That's basically like a short sale, or sub two, which is like I said, you know, it's purchasing it subject to the existing mortgage. And so I can look into that for you. I don't think that it'll be it'll make sense for us. But I'm gonna give my buddy a shout and see what he thinks that we could do with something like this. And if we can get like an offer that could work for you, that can help you out and actually get you in a situation where you are able to walk away with something, or at least not have this, you know, written off on your credit. I'll try to do that for you and get that over to you.
Okay, sounds good. If I don't pick up because I am about to get a little busy, just leave me a voicemail or send me a text, and then I'll give you a call right back when I can.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Carmen. All right, man.
Seeing spots in the market.
Bad situation.
We on there down tick into stage 4. If you locked in, we're charged up. Chris was teaching inside of Hands Off, no shameless plug, but here's an example of what we were talking about yesterday, of what he was teaching from the graph, that, you know, things that when people were purchasing them, they were building their lifestyles around their credit, their paycheck, and then when things hit worse to worse, we're about to get ready to enter in stage 4, you know, when people are, you know, unfortunately going to be in spots to where the best case scenario they got is to give it back to the bank. You know, Brandon,
and that's happened, right? We've seen that story before, right? Yeah. And then there's gonna be a lot of opportunity and activity that's out here.
So if you're in position,
definitely. Hold on, real quick. Kenyatta said yesterday the mortgage was closer to 26. Today she's at 100. Yeah, I think, you know, it's a tough situation either way. But this is somebody that I can, you know, maybe try to get. I would say if you're in a situation like that, you know, maybe work with somebody that does specialize in something, you know, a sub 2, because that's going to be a sub 2 with some hair on it, if you will. Like that's not going to be like a straightforward type situation. She's already deferring the mortgage. It needs a lot of work. Like, you know, for folks getting into one of their first creative deals, like do something that's easy, not something like this. This is one I would hand off, and see if somebody that specializes in those type of deals would do that. But yeah, I'm gonna look into it and see if there's something that can make sense, and then we get some real details from her on the actual payment statement.
Just yesterday, Brandon, it was a house. I was talking about it, and we're about to make another call, but I was talking about it in my morning meeting this morning with my team internally. It was a house in Little Rock, Arkansas, bro. The ARV on that house was 465. 465. Really great part, really great neighborhood. brick, 5-bedroom, 2 bath, 3,000 square foot, upstairs, downstairs, the shebang, 3-car garage. You know, it was really, really nice. They had that house on the market for a year and a half and could not sell it. Well, the bank, it had to go back to the bank, and the bank just bought it back. Bro, ask me how much they bought that house for.
Half of that.
Half? $64,000.
Damn.
$64,000. I'm gonna send you that address, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
$64,000, and that house is worth $450. I would be so pissed at the realtor
Right.
that had it listed and could not get it done. But that's the type of transition that we're talking about. That if you're in position, if me personally, if I would have came across that, it was on the market. So that's the reason why it didn't hit our CRM. But if I would have came across that, I would have paid the 64 grand, pocket that, put the 200 and some thousand on equity at minimum in the bank, and then just held it for a few years, put it back on the market, ran Pablo and them through it, put it up to 450 and caught out for 300,000.
There you go.
Those are the type of opportunities that we're saying that's going to happen to the marketplace, because obviously the person that was going through that type of financial distress, I know we're moving on, but I think it's really important that we talk about that part, that they didn't have $64,000, or they couldn't find a buyer for $64,000. Not only had to lose the house, but leave a lot of equity on the line.
That's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah. I mean, look, and I would just say that even if you're not in a position to start taking advantage of like purchasing these and taking them down yourself, like there's going to be a lot of inventory that's out there that you can find buyer, seller, connect them. Like that's how we make our money. Right. And what we're teaching this strategy right here. And so there's a lot of opportunity out there. So definitely this is a perfect time to be in the space. Right. Talk to people every day and, send more offers. And that's a shameless plug.
Right. All right, let's go to Indianapolis real quick.
Aaron.
Hey, Miss Wilson, it's Curtis. How are you?
Good. Curtis, who you with?
I'm with a company called Nationwide Fast Offer. We were speaking, it looks like you were speaking with someone in the office about this property on Wheel Horse Drive in Indianapolis.
Yes. Is there a way you can call me back in an hour?
You know what? Is it exactly an hour? Because I do have an appointment with a seller just scheduled for a house at that time frame. So I would hate to kind of move that.
What time works for you then?
You know what? Let me look at my calendar real fast. I can do maybe an hour and a half or 30 minutes from now. Which one works for you?
Hour and a half.
Okay, awesome. And whenever I'm speaking to you in an hour and a half, would you be considering to sell this property, or is this something that we shouldn't speak about?
Yeah, I'm considering selling it. Yeah, I just don't know what you guys are going to want to pay me for it. So that's what we're trying to discuss.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, I'll give you a shot in an hour and a half, and let's see where we can go from there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun conversation, because
she gonna give you everything that you want to handle or don't want to handle.
Oh yeah, she gonna give you everything you want and you don't want. Right. I like handling. You can handle me rough a little bit. It's okay.
Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's fun to kind of have that type of conversation. You kind of sharpen your tool, right? And make it even easy for the next one.
A know-it-all realtor. Shout out to my realtors. My bad. Shout out to my. You don't shame realtors at the U. Okay, just relax.
Close the call. Ready for close call. Ready for close call. Okay, we do got a few that we need to try to hit real quick. So let's go into this kind of constant dialing mode, right? You had something that you needed to reach out to one of your leads, right?
Yeah, I got my sitter setting that call up for me now to make sure that she's gonna be on a call when I get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Let's try to fly through these.
Okay.
What was the first name on that last one?
Dang. I think it already moved. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
Was
It's
it
not
this
this
one?
one.
It was in Indianapolis though.
Okay, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so it was Ellen. It was
Okay.
Ellen.
I'm calling Vera.
Yeah. Okay, you good.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Vera.
Uh-huh.
Hey, this is Brandon. I was giving you a shout back about McPherson Ave. I think you spoke
Okay.
with one of my partners recently.
I'm sorry. I don't have my hearing aids in, so you're gonna have to speak a little bit slower.
Oh, no worries. I think you spoke with April
Okay.
on our team.
Yes, I did yesterday.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm calling back to kind of give you the actual offers. You know, she does a great job of like giving me, you know, notes and a feel for what's going on. And I'll come in, I'll look at the numbers, and then be able to give you a ballpark of our offer, see if we're on the same page, and if so, we can move together with an agreement and go from there. You still looking to sell this property?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I just talked to her yesterday.
Okay, perfect. How much were you wanting to sell this property for?
I was wanting to sell it for $525. Now, yeah, she said the same thing.
That's like a gut punch.
And that's why, we talked after she finished huffing and puffing, we talked a little while longer, and she said probably she could go for 75 or something. And I'm willing to talk at that level. Let's just see. You make me an offer.
Okay.
And that's why she said we didn't hang up. She said, okay, if you're, willing to come down. I know the market has changed since I set my mind on that amount. I know that, just recently I've seen some things change, but I also know where that property is, and I know the value of that area. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to go down, very much lower than what I want. So that's why I said, when she said 475, and she was kind of, I could just feel her squirming in her chair even to say that. But I'm willing to talk with someone about a reasonable amount. Somewhere close to what I'm wanting and what they feel is worth. Yeah. So we left with her saying she would reach out to you.
Yeah, well, ultimately, it'll sell for what it can sell for, right, on the open market. Do you have plans for it? Do you have plans for it? If you aren't able to sell it at this time, like what would you do with it? Just kind of keep it.
Well, we have another property not far from this one that we want to rehab, and the family move into that one because when we purchased that with our daughter for her 17 years ago, she had one son. Now she has a husband and 3 more sons. So it was a two people moving in initially, and now there are 6 people there, and it's just too small for her family now. The other house is going to be a much better living space for them after renovations. So we're going to be using the money for renovating and different things like that. But we are not forced to sell up for any other circumstances other than wanting to get a sufficient space for the family that she has now.
Got it. That makes sense. And so you could you could sit on it for a while if you wanted to.
I can sit on my laurels and say, you can take that and shove it. That you can take that offer and shove it. But that was not where April and I ended up yesterday, thankfully.
Because
I think you were asking me when it's going on the market. It's going on the market the end of this month.
Okay, you're gonna take it to the market. Do you already have a realtor?
I do have a realtor. Okay. I don't need a realtor if I got it sold first.
Right. Just curious. Did they give you a feel for
And
the
I have
value?
to say that there is another investor that is going to make an offer.
Okay, perfect.
That cold call, just like April's administrator or whoever did with a text message earlier yesterday.
Got it. And then this is free and clear? Like you
What do
you paid off
what
the
do you mean free
mortgage?
and clear?
You paid off the mortgage completely? Like you don't owe anything on it?
No, we have a little bit left on the mortgage, but that's all included in what I'm asking for.
Got it. I was wondering if it was
Well,
like
you don't
less
have to
than.
worry about anything about if there's no second mortgage, no whatever. We owe the mortgage company less than $100,000, and then the rest of it is the profit that we're going to put somewhat into the renovation and other things. So all you have to worry about is offering me something that I will accept.
Got it. Yeah, that's gonna be tough, I think, for any investor to get close to. I mean, even the 475 number is tough.
Well, okay. That's not going to hurt my feelings any. I would love to do business with you, but I'm only going to go down only so far because I already have a plan.
Yeah, I mean,
and so we're going to be sticking to that plan.
If you were to renovate it, you could sell it maybe close to 600. If you were to sell it as
I know that. I know all of that, and I also know that they have been selling some outhouses for 475 in that area.
Yeah, no, I was about to say
about that area and
you were
what's going on. I know it's a slump right now. I know all of that.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Just kind of letting you know, like if you were to put it on the market right now as is, I think you would probably get maybe close to that 475 number, maybe on the market. Maybe you could touch 5, but you got a few comps that are bringing that number down. And then you got some other ones that are slightly above that, but they're slightly larger. So I think you're in good shape. I think your plan of getting on the market probably is going to be the best situation that's going to get you close to that number. Because we wouldn't.
Well, do this. You tell April that you and I have talked.
Okay.
You've done what she asked you to do. That you made me aware that you thought the 475 was going to be out of range. I'm okay with that. But just do me one favor.
Yeah.
When you all talk and you decide we can't go any further, just tell me, say, we've chosen not to go further.
Okay.
Just don't leave me hanging out there wanting to hold off somebody else for you guys to make an offer and you're not going to make one. That's all I need. I want closure, as everybody likes to say these days.
For sure. Last thing, real quick, just the current condition as it is. Like, does it need anything, or is it like in really like solid shape? You guys have kept it up. Service everything.
It needs some things, but it doesn't need any $100,000 or $200,000 worth of work. You guys could get that house on the market before we could move into the new house. It does need some work. The house was made in 1910. Okay, it's a cottage or bungalow, whatever category like that you want to put it in, from 1910 in a historic area with other cottages and bungalows. But it's not the kind of house that you would have to gut and start all over. But anyway, You just let me know in the next couple of days if we're going to expect to hear from you with an offer or not, and I would appreciate that. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it, Ms. Vera.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I like it.
Straightforward to the point.
Been forwarded
to the point. Straightforward to the point. I ain't mad at you, Grandma.
Right.
She said, look here. Hey, if it fly, but just know it'll fly some way. So she ain't tripping. I like it. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta respect the game, chat.
Return to student. Yeah, and I typically tell my team, if we're within maybe 30K of where they want to be, still send an offer and follow up, and then try to let that push the ball forward. But we're not going to be within 30K of where she wants to be. Like 400 is probably what you can max out on this, you know, as a offer, hoping to resell it to an investor that's going to put in 100 and then sell it for 6 and change.
Yeah, that's not.
Is what's even 20% of that, because this is in the 30% area. If it's over 600,
As my pops would say, that's no good.
yeah, it would be they would be wanting to make, you know, probably around 100K, 120K, and minus repairs to get it there is like 60 to 80. Yeah, 400 is probably the number that we would need to be selling it at.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I done called a couple people already, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this next one. I done called like 2. But I'm gonna go ahead and call this next one out there in Richmond.
Okay. Did you
I've been writing notes and stuff, so
okay. I got Sean next up. I'm gonna keep dialing too.
okay.
Call between 6 and 8 p.m. Tuesday.
You know, I really want him to answer the phone.
Your call has been forwarded.
Because I think I'm in the process of, man, I'm finna put my big boy pants on, B.
What's going on?
Man, we finna get ready to run ass, man. We finna get ready to run
online.
Yeah, we finna get ready to run some ass, man. So I was gonna pick a secondary market to run ass in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I've been hearing TikTok ads.
mm-hmm.
Is super cheap. Ain't nobody in it. So that's something to consider.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Richmond, one of my markets, I was thinking about having a secondary market.
Yeah, man, get to know it.
Why not market in a place that your mentor buys in, huh? Wouldn't that be easy?
Yeah.
Nobody in the U does that. They just go to Birmingham, Alabama.
Or wherever the hell they want.
Yeah.
But I think you're set up. You're set up to be successful in damn near any market. West Coast would be a different story, but because you're used to making offers and lower value properties, you know, if you go to a bigger market that got higher prices, you could do deals there, but you already know how to go into some of those lower secondaries. I went from like Atlanta to Louisville first time, and we locked up a bunch of contracts real quick. So one of them, we was too high. You know, we had to learn the hard way. And so we you know, recalibrated, and then we went into Charlotte, and we started to do some deals in Charlotte. Charlotte is a closer market to Atlanta. And so that whole kind of North Carolina triangle was a good market for us. These calls ain't going through. Let me try this guy.
All right. Let me try Vera.
No, that's what I just called.
You just did Vera, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm calling Sean.
Vera, right?
That's Elvin. Did you just try him?
I can't hear you. Maybe.
Elvin Jordan. Did you just try Elvin Jordan?
Trying to find the next person to call.
Kurt. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. I see that.
Yo. Bro, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Brandon?
I can hear you. You can't hear me.
No, I can't hear you.
Jordan.
Chat, can y'all hear Brandon? Chat. Let me know if y'all can hear Brandon.
Let's call back. Try again. Yo, can y'all hear me?
Nah, I can't hear you. Oh, okay. I see your text message though.
Okay. Okay.
Elvin Jordan. Okay.
It's just you can't hear me.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go to the next one.
Well, I'm gonna try calling. I'm gonna try calling him back now. Then.
Okay.
See if I can pull up the number.
Pause returned.
Hold on.
Lex, this one, Paul was on ready for close call, but you already sent it. You already returned it.
All right, y'all. Let's ride.
And 3 times. What's the first name you calling?
Hello.
Oh, my bad. Oh man, I just slowed out. Oh, I just slowed out. Oh man, that was cold. Was the camera on? Did y'all see? Hello? Hey, can you hear me, man?
Yeah.
Man, my bad. I didn't mean to hang up on you on that one. This Curtis, you got a few seconds.
No, I'm not going to sell you my house.
Well, I mean, you spoke to somebody in our office about it. I mean, you spent all that time speaking about selling the house, and now you don't want to sell it.
So the guy I spoke to does not have money. He passed it to somebody else.
So
Wow.
you just probably speak to a lot of people, so we do purchase houses. My name is Curtis. So, man, I'm actually looking to purchase at least 2 more this week, if that's possible. Now, if I'm just wasting my time and you really, truly don't want to sell it.
Who called me from your office?
Let me take a look at it. Hold on, my phone ringing 1 second. You spoke with Craig?
Who?
You spoke with Craig.
I did?
Yeah, it looks like you spoke with him on 6/10/2025. So it's been I'm obviously right. It's been maybe a week or so ago, but we're just now going back around in that cycle of buying houses, finishing up a few projects. So the purpose of my call was to see if you still had it, if you were still considering to sell it.
Which house?
All right. This one is on 4280 Turning Road.
I just had an offer for $65,000.
Why you didn't take it?
Only because I'm making $1,300 a month rent.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I mean, that's a good reason why, I guess. Okay.
I mean, what do I do with $65,000?
I don't know, man. I guess that's one of those things that you'll have to figure out. So, did you have another property that you would consider selling?
No, because I want to sell to somebody that will pay top dollar, not for somebody that's looking for a cheap price, which is you. That's why you dismissed when I said 65. That's why you moved on.
Well,
So no, I'm not gonna sell to you. Bye.
That's cool. All right. All right, chat. I can't hear you, man. I think you're on mute. You on the phone? Now you're on mute. I can't really hear you.
Ow, now I'm muted. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
Yeah, it's something going on. Jump
I'm gonna
out,
leave
and then
out,
jump back.
and then I'm gonna come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all seen that? He's saying leave out, come back.
We talking in games. But yeah, that sometimes you get sellers like that. That's straight to the point. And honestly, sometimes it's for the best, right? If they not discount themselves, if they remove themselves, right, the faster you get to no's, the faster you get to the next yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
But did you get a chance to
Yeah.
hear that call?
Yeah, we heard it. Bro was he was on one.
Yeah,
He definitely woke up not wanting to be effed with or spoken to, period. Like,
he was like, the guy didn't have money. What am I gonna do with 65,000? I said, I don't know, man. That's for you.
right.
That ain't none of my business. I was at 30. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the faster you get the no's, the faster you get to yes. But people that self-select, like remove themselves out of your lead funnel, like yo, more power to you. On to the next one. So,
Hello.
hey, Mr. Garland.
Excuse me?
Oh, or is this Miss Henson?
Yes.
Hey, sorry, I think I had your husband's name on my notes. I think you guys spoke with Antonio last about North Holmes Avenue. I just wanted to give you a call back and discuss a little further, see if we could get to a ballpark offer that could work for you and go from there.
Well, Garland's not here right now.
Okay.
So if you could call back in about 3:30, he should be here.
Okay. Have you guys have you two discussed the property at all? Like, your goals with it?
As far as what?
Selling or considering offers?
We have, but we still haven't made an agreement yet.
Got it.
So we're still, yeah.
Okay, because I saw that you guys were asking around 150. I think when you spoke to Antonio, I was wondering if that's still the case.
Most likely, that's where we're leading to. So, but call back about 3:30.
Okay, I'll try to give you a call at that time.
Okay.
If not, can I just text back a better time that could work? Because I might have an appointment that it starts at 3 and it may run over. But I can text and like schedule some time to speak with you both.
All right, then that'll work.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you. Bye. Oops. I keep accidentally calling folks back right when I hang up.
Lex, that was not my internal lead, and it'll be completely transparent. If it was my internal lead and it got past my prospect and my setter and still made it to me, I would be so pissed right now. The camera should be off. Legit, I would be that hot. Like I would be that hot for sure. That's not my internal lead.
At 3:30 p.m. Still wants 150.
I think
is high.
We made through all of these. You want to go to the? Did you call that 757 one?
I still see a few. June 17th. Okay, you spoke to this one. Ellen, David. You called.
Where's David at? Because he just called me back. So
that one was in that same list the first list that we started with.
Okay. I'm trying to find the address before I call him back real quick.
Still at work. Call you as soon as I get. So there's two Davids. There's a David B, and then there's a David Clements.
I think it's David B. Whichever one is from 757.
That's David B.
All right, cool.
It's Montclair.
Montclair. Okay.
It's probably Road.
Yeah. I'm finna call him now because he called me back while I was on the phone with Mr. 65K.
Hello,
Mr. David. This Curtis. How you doing today?
Yeah, who is Curtis?
Man, you know what? I work for a company out here called Nationwide Fast Offer. You spoke to somebody in my office about that property on Montclair.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, I wanted to take a few seconds while I got you to see if that was one of the ones you may be still considering selling, or have you already got it sold?
No, not yet. My property, before we even get started, my property was listed from the county, valued at $330 for it, right?
Okay.
That's not the selling price, but I will take $320. I'm ready to move out of there. I just want to get rid of the property.
Why are you on the move so fast, man?
Because me and my sister paid my mother's house off.
Sweet.
And I'm going to move into my mom's house.
Okay. Saving a little bit of money. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Somebody can flip it, do whatever they want to do with it. But yeah, I'm ready to do that, man.
Okay.
But don't know. Everybody want to give me $170,000 for the house. I'm like, come on, let's get real here. I did have one off of $226, but that's still no. I got an in-ground pool at that place and a pool house in the backyard. So that ain't gonna fly.
That ain't gonna fly. Hey, you remind me of my uncle, man. He say stuff like that. That ain't gonna fly. So
man. So come on, man. You need to look. The company has been selling like car dealerships. They'll give you $2,000 for your trade, and they'll sell it for $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come on, man. Everybody in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel
whatever happens to artist trading, you know. And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Me as being a black man, I've seen this game so much and so many times. It's like, dog, man. Are there any more honest people out here? Everybody wants something for nothing. No hard work. No.
He want to be honest. I'm gonna be real honest
at all. Woo.
Yeah, the game crazy. The game is crazy.
No, it's not the game. The game is fine. It's the people. Everybody's gotten greedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Why?
I don't know, man.
Why?
I don't know, man. You know, you know how people are, man. People gonna be people, but you know, the economy that we're in right now, everybody trying to look out for themselves instead of doing what's best interest of other people and ourselves and each other. You know, that ain't how we was designed, but that's what the world has come to. But you know what, man? You spoke about being honest, transparent, Mr. David, and that's the only way I was raised. If you're saying that you're looking for $320 on this house, man, I wouldn't be the right buyer. And,
okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I had a young black lady from Maryland to call me. She owns her own company.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I told her, I said, what the house is valued at? She said, yeah, but that's not the selling price. She said, how fast do you want to get out of the house? Mm-hmm. I said, I want to be out of there yesterday, like that. And I'm like, okay, lady, the day the 17th, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I said I wanted to be out there yesterday. Yeah. And she made me a ridiculous offer. I'm like, come on.
What did she make you?
What did she make me? Who was it? I think it was like 236. Come on, lady.
Well, that was $13K higher than what your highest offer, so I got you. But look, so Mr. David, look, man. I think you're right. You know, I think your appraisal is a little off. But I definitely think this house, if you put it on the market at one point in time right now in the next few months, but I'm saying in between the time you list it and then the time you sell it maybe 6 months or so, that I think you can get $320. And actually, that's what
I don't get more than that. I'll get more than that for it.
Well, so what I'm saying is that you may be able to get more than that. But the Mr. David, look, man, you gonna
look.
You asked me to be real with you. You won't let me talk to you. See, you can't be saying be real, and then when the truth comes, you don't want to hear it.
Oh no, listen, ain't nothing wrong with the truth, bro. I just know what I can get.
Okay. Well, what I'm telling you is the last time my house sold over $330 in this neighborhood, the market was crazy. Like everybody
listen, understand me. Understand this very, very carefully.
Okay.
the God that you serve is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all
Ephesians,
that you can ask or think.
Ephesians 3:20, brother. It's on my mirror. I look at that verse every day. All right.
Listen,
so you're not talking
Don't
to a
go
God.
by what other people think and say.
I get you, but you asked me,
Okay,
Mr.
now-
David. Mr. David, one second. You asked me for the truth. I'm trying to tell you my truth, and you cut me off, man. Like, how we gonna be able to do business like that?
Can you call me back in about 10 minutes?
I can't call
No, I'm serious.
No.
I got to run in this building.
I'm serious too.
Well, can I call you back at this number?
If you give me a second, I can call you back at this number and we can talk in 10 minutes. But if we're talking, I need to be somewhere at 250.
250?
Yes, sir.
No, that ain't gonna work, bro.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All right, man. Take care.
Yo, first off, you know the word, bro. Preach. I love that. I love that. I don't think he was ready for it. He didn't even try to react to it. But that was super smart what you did, and let them know if we're gonna get back on this phone, it need to be at this number. You know what I mean? Like, don't even waste no more time, right? Money moves to make. You ain't got time to be, waiting up for somebody that's not gonna be nowhere near where you need to be. So
yeah. He ain't gonna do that. He talking about some exceedingly abundantly. It's on my mirror right now, chat. Like, I know what he talking about. And I know I was finna say, now who in the Bible said it, since you want to talk about
it. Right.
We was finna go
I
all
bet he would know.
But he not, look, at the end of the day, chat, like, the man, the house across the street sold for $350, even though it sold back in 2014 at $350, the market is different now. If he put it on the market for $325, tried to sell it, would he get it? I think so. But nobody that's calling his phone is gonna pay him $320 for that house. He gonna have to go through a realtor. He have to pay listing fees. He gonna have to pay closing costs. And at the end of the day, he still ain't gonna be at $325. He may be what, Brandon, 280, 290, something like that. After all them fees and stuff.
Yeah.
If he listed it at 320, so he would technically have to list it at 340, 350 to be able to come out of there at 305, 310, somewhere in there. So, it's just one of those things to where, man, the numbers is the numbers. And like we were saying earlier, chat, like, I'm not in the mood nor the space to be just putting contracts on the contract just because it looks sexy. Like, I ain't into sexy stuff. If that's the case, I already had a foreign. But I'm into selling contracts. I'm into doing good deals, building great relationships, and doing what I love to do. And that ain't got nothing to do with 320
bars.
So
that's a fact. I jumped over to ready for Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay, cool.
It's 8 in there.
All right, cool. Let me make this note real quick.
Tenny, when is a better reach back out about Roosevelt Road? Okay. All right, on to the next one. This one was in Birmingham. The next one. Stephen Lamar. This is Columbus, Ohio. Stephen. All right, let's see if you pick up. Is it ringing? Miss Deb. Another lead. We actually got a deal, Miss Deb. That's about to close. It's a skinny one in Ohio, but
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I think we got a closing date 2 weeks out. Shout out to Miss Deb. I said she done left Atlanta. My college town, go Buckeyes. Shout out to all the Ohio State fans.
Boo. Hey, is that Tuesday, Thursday, and nationwide, or is it in community?
It's in the community. It's in the community. Go seller contacts. It's one of the smart lists at the top.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
You said it's on the lead manager. What you say it was?
Go to seller contacts. Click on seller contacts on the left, and then at the very top, it's ready for Tuesday, Thursday.
Ooh, I'm looking real dumb on here.
There's 8 of them.
Oh, seller contacts. Okay.
Right under conversations.
Okay, ready Tuesday, Thursday. Got you.
Take that Paulette and George one.
All right, cool. I'm on it.
I'm gonna leave notes for this.
I'm looking real crazy. Look, Lexi, hit me up. I'm looking real crazy.
I sent her the names of the dude that was talking crazy. 65,000.
Oh, okay, cool. The last dude, he kind of got me. People always want to hear the truth until it's time to tell the truth.
Well,
Hey, Miss Fleming.
yes, okay.
Hey, Miss Fleming. This Curtis. How you doing today?
I don't want to be
Would you be comfortable to speak to me about this property on Pinhook Road in Rockville, Virginia?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, it looks like you just had possibly spoke to somebody in my office. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. So I wanted to kind of just follow up with you on that one to see if you already got it sold or how you're kind of feeling about it.
No, it hasn't been sold. I'm working on it.
Oh, you already fixing up the house?
Yes.
How's that process going for you?
We're working on it.
Okay. Well, obviously, right, the better bang for your buck is to finish that project out, and that's just me being honest. I know a lot of people want to be honest about that. But if you had to just stop what you're doing, like what price point, obviously, would you be kind of wanting to be at since you already are basically fixing the house up?
Oh, man. Well, we're working. We're not going to do everything like making everything brand new, but we're just cleaning it up.
Okay. Did you have a price in mind?
Hello.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. What's going on, Mr. George? How you doing?
Fine. Who am I talking to?
My name is Curtis, Mr. George. I didn't mean to obviously be hitting your wife with so many questions. I hopefully didn't take it disrespectful. I probably should have asked to speak to you. But yes, sir. So my name is Curtis. Man, I was calling her about that property because it looks like she spoke to somebody in our office about it. So she were kind of explaining to me that you all are, in the process of kind of fixing the property up. So I didn't want to overstep you, Mr. George, or anything like that. But I was just letting her know that obviously if y'all went ahead and, fixed that thing up, you would get, the best bang for your buck on it. But if that's not something that you all wanted to kind of finish out, where would you kind of want to be at, considering that you're already pretty much working on it?
We're looking for $275,000 for it. That house got an acre and 1.6 acres of land with it, which means a person can put the garden on it or raise these little farm animals.
This man said a garden.
It's out in the country, got a well, so you got your water. We're going to basically, all the thing we're going to do is, we put new windows on and put a roof on about 10 years ago, I guess. New windows were put in 3 years ago. We redid the bathroom and all the kitchen counter. We're just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit because brother-in-law didn't really take care of the inside like we wanted him to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna clean it up a little bit and sell it. If somebody wanted it just like this before we could do it, we'll sell it now. But we're looking at $275,000 for it. If we do some painting or something. But if we don't do anything else to it, you want it just like it is, you can get it for $265,000.
$265,000.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, how much were you figuring that if once you fixed it up, put it on the market, that you was gonna be able to sell it for after you did your renovation?
Well, somewhere between 275 and 3.
Okay, so you're basically trying to sell it for what it's worth, even though it needs work done to it.
Well, yeah, what it worth to us, I could care less about what the county assessment is, or what anybody else's assessment is. You know, we got a price on it. If we sell it, that's what we're going to get for it. Otherwise, it just sit there. If we put somebody memo of the family or somebody in it.
Okay.
But we, you know, right now, minimum $265,000.
Okay.
And it's not going to take a lot to clean it up. They got hardwood floors in it that was covered in carpet. We pull all the carpet up and throw it out. You know, put out a new tile in the kitchen, and if you want to have the hardwood floors re-sand and polish, it'll look good. Do painting there, that's fine. It don't take a whole lot of money. Other words, $10,000 go a long way up in there to clean it up. You know.
I got you. Okay. Well, you know what? Because I'm one of those guys that I never tell a man what he can't do. And I feel like if I'm just not the right fit, I'm okay with saying that. I wouldn't be at that 300K mark or even 265 because that's basically maybe what it's worth. I think you're kind of aggressive on that, but if you think you can get that works out for you. I just may not be the right buyer at that point. I will be a lot lower for what something makes sense, and I don't think we'll probably be the right fit at this moment.
Well, I think normally your company and probably a whole bunch of others have an interest at 60% of what the overall value is. We're not interested in letting somebody have it for them to make money on it and we make nothing. Hey, if you're not interested in 265, don't call back. No more concern.
Mrs. George, you know, we're buying a couple different properties at the moment, so it's, you know, it's all respect. You're still a good person. I'm still a good person, so it still works out both ways for us, okay? And I hope you have a blessed day.
All right, you too. Take care.
Right, take care, man. People be thinking they puffing their little chest out. Whoosh. Go ahead, B.
All I had was infill lot, some recent sales in the area, wants to sell today. That's all. That's the only notes I had. I didn't have a number.
I think that was going to be one of our multifamily lots.
What makes it?
I told her like 350 or 400 for it.
350 or 400. What?
Yeah, something like that for that lot.
Wait, 350, 400,000 for the lot in Birmingham.
That's right.
Let me see what's going on here. I mean, I could be completely off my base, but the area is showing recent sales for $200,000. I don't know if there's a lot in Birmingham that would sell for that much.
Okay.
Is there a reason that you have that number? Like, is there
It's known for multi-family. So you can put an apartment on there. You can put whatever you want on it. And then also that area, there's a lot going on in that area right now.
Yeah.
A lot. They just finished. They're building a brand new amphitheater. There's just a lot going on. So yeah, if y'all are interested, it's fine. If it's too much, it's fine.
Let me see something. But this is, I mean, it's a slim lot. I can try to get the numbers, but it's not, unless you're talking about like that and the lot next to it.
Yeah, there's that lot. I mean, if it's too much, it's fine. I ain't worried about it.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to get a better feel for, like, you know, is there any room to negotiate, or is there anything else that you would consider? Because so this is a corner lot. I don't think that you can fit a multifamily on this, honestly.
No, you can. I already been and I already got plans drawn up. So
right. Okay. So
that going.
Okay. So maybe you do a upstairs, downstairs duplex on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be multi-level. Yeah, it's gonna be multi-level.
Right. I mean, but for that area, it's not like a lot of these other lots are a lot larger. Just on the square block that you're on, you have like this. It's the second smallest lot on that block. The lots three lots over are like double the size front and back, and then the other one after that is double the size both ways.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you don't have it. It's no force. Y'all call me. I'll tell you how much I want. So
okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Because I already know what I'm getting for once I start constructing and get that going. So I know how much it's gonna be worth after that. So it's fine, no big deal.
Okay. Well, look, hey, I appreciate your time. You did mention that you had a few other lots. Is there anything else that you have that might be a little bit more I don't want to say affordable, but
I know y'all people try to buy cheap, and
I mean, we try to buy right.
I get these calls all the time.
So and how I look at lots is, you know, you want to pay what 20%, you know, if that, for the dirt, with of the amount of the house that you would put on that lot. Right, because that's just a small portion of your overall cost, right? To do new construction. So I'm just wondering, you have anything else that's a little bit closer to that valuation? Call it 25%.
All of my lots are up in that area, and I ain't selling none.
Okay. All right. Well, look, hey, I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man. All right, bye.
In the words of Martin Payne, man, please.
Bruh said 400, 500, or 350, 400. I'm like, wait, what?
Bro, I hate Birmingham.
100,000? This is Birmingham, dog.
Man, please.
This
the
is
whole
Birmingham.
block ain't even worth 300,000. What are you talking about, dude?
I mean, it's a great area, but the most expensive house is 430. I mean, it's close to downtown. I mean, here's one that sold for 616, but still, like 400,000 for the lot. That's 2/3 of the price of the house.
So basically, I can go buy a house. You telling me I should buy your lot? Listen how crazy this sounds, chat. You telling me I should go buy your lot and deal with building costs, the city, and all of that instead of going to buy an already built up house?
That's wild.
Man.
That is wild.
And see, this is what gets me though, Brandon, because see, I ain't gonna lie, I see why y'all like if I was talking to these folks all day, see, I'm only dealing with it for an hour and 24 minutes, but all day, woo,
is his ass. And honestly,
that's tough. That's tough.
I'm not. I don't want to assume things, but who sent this in? Miss Amber. I know she said Enfield out some recent sales in the area, wants to sell today. You gotta be able to get a feel for around how much they want on any call. Like, you know, I don't know if it's the the bot that has a conversation, but if you spoke to somebody, you want to get that number. And even if it is the bot, you still want to ask, you know what I mean, take over for it and say, hey, you know, what's your ballpark price? Just so that you can disqualify it. Like that's wow.
Shout out to Makita in the chat. She on my team, been rocking with me. One of my new hires, she already closed her first deal with me.
That's what's up.
She already know how I'm coming if that made it to me. Yeah, she already know how I'm coming if that made it all the way down to me. I mean that I'll be in there all right, boy. I'll be in there all right. Like
that's wild.
You basically
I never heard that word.
I'm sorry. Let's just make sure, people, that we're taking an opportunity. If you do want to pass along a lead that you're doing yourself, you see in the chat, it wouldn't. You know, you're right. But make sure you're doing yourself a favor by doing us a favor by doing yourself back or return a favor. That if you are going to send in leads, OfferBoat is one of the greatest systems that didn't hit this planet Earth. No shameless plug. It's very good at what it does. I'm not saying that just because I'm in a group. It has definitely changed my business. It's changed the stress level in my business. The company we was with, not gonna talk about that. We made that shift, and now the person that's operating OfferBoat, even right now while OfferBoat is operating, is a lot more stressless. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that system. So no shameless plug. But we still cannot negate our human responsibility by jumping in there with the bot, still engaging, still having conversations, still looking up at least a comp so you can be able to send over a lead that is close, but in return, you'll be able to make money a lot quicker. You know, Brandon is good what he's doing. You know, he been in this game longer than I have by a long shot. But I am going to go and say, without being disrespectful, he ain't that good.
I ain't Jesus, bro.
He good, but he ain't that good. He not that good. He not that good.
Ain't nobody gonna do nothing with that.
Ain't nobody. Yeah, he ain't that good.
All right, bro. It's 4 more. I know you got to jump, and we getting close to the top of the hour.
I got time to take one more, and then I gotta get out of here. And I'll be
okay. Let's try to it's these last 4. I'm gonna just keep calling.
Okay.
And,
where you at with it?
So, Jane Kusher.
Okay, and then Ginger.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna call Ginger.
Okay. They gotta be. Yeah. Look, y'all, if it's coming straight from the bot, you know they already responded to text. Just text them that extra question. Like, you have a ballpark?
0.0075 cents. It's worth it.
Hi, you've reached Turner.
Okay, let's try these next 2 and be done.
All right. I got Edward.
Okay, I'll take that one.
All right, cool. Then I gotta get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be too late.
I got Adam.
All right, he ain't answer. I'm gonna try one more time.
IOTA. It's a number and then like Lotta Ave. I don't know if that's IOTA A lot.
These me. They always say I ain't talking right. So, hey, yo, chat. Man, Brandon, I appreciate you, man, but I gotta go. We finna go lock something in. We're gonna go make some money. Hey man, it's your boy, you know you like and you trust from Arkansas. And I'm not talking about Atlanta. I'm talking about Arkansas. All right, Mr. Triple Down himself. You can catch me right here _ Kurt Corleone. No shameless plug, man. This the best real estate investment group in the world, Craig. And if you don't know, now you know.
There you go. Appreciate it, Kirk. Call no answer. And that wraps it up. We actually just hit the last of the ones that came in. Y'all, I mean, shout out to you family. Y'all been doing a great job of sending stuff in on a regular basis. And then, there are some really good leads in here. There are some others that, we want you to, try to qualify or disqualify a little better. And make sure that you're spending the time at least understanding around like what ballpark, right? So that we know that they're not just talking crazy, because what it does will help you be able to disqualify, so like who you should be spending your time with. And the more we can spend time with good leads, right, the better opportunity we have. Because if we're not dialing those, we could be calling somebody that needs a follow-up. We could be calling somebody that we sent the offer to. We could be doing some of these other things that help us all, get to the bread faster. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Every day, look, even if you're doing, if you're not using a bot and you're on the phone, like just be trying to talk to people, right? No answer. Try to talk to people every day. And then when you get to that point where you're within 30K, their ballpark is at least within 30K of something reasonable, send that offer and follow up. There's a few reasons why we do that. Sometimes it closes the sales cycle. It pushes the sales cycle forward. Sometimes people reveal their actual other offers. Sometimes people will give you an opportunity to talk to them again for further negotiation. And sometimes people just want to deal with the first person that they know, like, and trust, the first person that they met and they work with that actually did what they said they were going to do. And so you got a good opportunity to do that by sending offers. I'm working on something behind the scenes that will help you guys be able to come up with that offer price off the bat. So be looking out for that. Right here at the bottom at IMB Barnes, that's my IG. About to get a little bit more active with it, doing some individual coaching. So, feel free to reach out to me, DM me for that if you're interested. And, I definitely want to do everything I can to help continue to empower you guys to go out and do your thing, right? And give you the tools to be able to go out and do deals. And in the meantime, we're doing deals with you. If you don't know and you're not in the U, there's a link in the description below to learn more about the U, how you can get into the challenge, how you can get into the community, as well as, offerbolt.io. Right. And how we're using this tool to actually go out there, talk to sellers every day, generate leads, set appointments, do follow-ups, book appointments for you. It's really a really great tool that you can have running in the background on top of whatever marketing that you're doing. And then the Offerbolt team, the support team will set it all up for you. So feel free to hit me up. If you guys have any questions, anything I can help with, if you're in a U, DM me Discord. If you're on social, DM me at IMB Barnes, right here on YouTube at Simmer Offers with Brandon Barnes. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and look forward to getting into it, getting some more leads rolling, get some more contracts out, and doing more deals. I appreciate you all very much. Shout out to yourselves and go out there, talk to people every day, and send more offers. Till next time, peace.